Coming up on UFC Ultimate Insider, outspoken Chael Sonnen goes one-on-one with Joe Rogan.
I'm not in the business of hyping fights. I don't talk trash and I don't sell fights. What? Stop right there.
All this and more on this week's edition of UFC Ultimate Insider.
Chael Sonnen faces Brian Stann in a battle of top middleweight contenders at UFC 136. But that's not all Chael had on his mind. He sat down with Joe Rogan to hash out a variety of subjects in a one-on-one you cannot miss.
How are you, sir?
Awesome.
Chael Sonnen?
How do I look?
You look fantastic. You look like fresh and clean, and
I appreciate
you look ready to rock.
I am. I'm always ready.
Now, let's talk about your upcoming fight with Brian Stann.
Yeah.
Brian Stann is a really unusual character. Obviously, he is a war hero and has been through an incredible amount in representing his country overseas. And what he brings to the table is good punching power, a real well-rounded game. And his weakness, though, what he's shown in the past, has been what your strength is. And your strength, of course, is elite-level wrestling.
Yeah, you know, everything you said about Brian, I couldn't agree more, and I would say even more. And there's tens of thousands of war heroes, but he's a really special human being. You know, this is a leader of men. This is a guy, when he comes in the room, he's got a certain aura about him, and when he leaves the room, everybody feels better about themselves. He's a neat guy. I wrote him in for the presidency in 2008. That was who my vote was for.
Really?
Yeah, I will write it. You can find that. It's actually registered in Clackamas, Oregon. I won't tell you who voted, of course. That's private, but you'll find a vote for him, and it was from me, and you'll find it again in 2012. And when he's finally the legal age of 35 per our Constitution, I hope we all vote for him in 2016. This is a natural leader, and I'd really like to see him go on and pursue that, because our country needs good men like that.
A real man of character.
A real man of character, and I have no idea where he stands on the issues, but he doesn't need to run on the issues. He's the one guy that could run on integrity and responsibility and character and reliability. And, you know, listen, people always think I'm going to go hype this fight. I'm not in the business of hyping fights. I don't talk trash and I don't sell fights.
What? Stop right there.
Listen.
Stop right there. That's ridiculous.
Let me explain.
You don't hype fights and you don't talk trash. You're the greatest hype fight trash talker in the history of the sport.
That's very nice of you. I hear that said about myself, but I'm not in that business. I don't manufacture conflict. People think I'm going to go out and say something about Brian Stann. Why? You think I'm going to get in this guy's head? This guy went to enemy territory, put on a pack of 80 pounds in 120-degree heat, and took on a tank. You think he's afraid of me? He's not afraid of 5 of me, and I would never disrespect him by pretending that he would be. Secondly, this is a great guy. Okay? We're friends. But this isn't, you know, look, this isn't 1984, Iron Sheik versus Sergeant Slaughter. I'm not walking to the ring in curled up boots looking for a camel's clutch. He's an American, I'm an American. He loves the USA, I love the USA. But Joe, on October 8th in Houston, Texas, there's going to be a red, white, and blue ass whipping, because that's what we do.
How did you become so good at marketing yourself and talking trash, and where did this come from? Because I've followed your career for a long time, and you weren't this outgoing and entertaining just 5-6 years ago. Like, what was there a light that came on? You realized, you know what, I got to sell these fights. It was what happened? What happened that made you be the Chael Sonnen that we enjoy in 2011?
I appreciate that. You know, I don't know. I never felt like I changed, but I've had a lot of people say that, where they go, "Man, I'm really enjoying your stuff now," or "I can't wait till you talk," or "I see you."
You're the only Q&A that I go, "Chael's doing a Q&A? What time is it? 2. Okay, can I get there in time?"
Oh,
You're the only one.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, but there is something to be said for that. You know, it has to be legitimate, including your promos. I would never do a promo that I didn't mean. I would never say something to sell a fight. I would never come back like Mike Tyson did, or, you know, my friend since the 90s, Josh Koscheck. I was furious with Josh. I tune in, I pay my money, I support him wholeheartedly in his GSP fight, and then he grabs the mic and goes, "Hey, I didn't mean any of that stuff." Well, Josh, you can't do that in real life. You know, I can't go buy a car because you tell me all the things the car has, and after I pay for you, hey, it doesn't have any of that. So I didn't mean that. Enjoy your car. You can't do that. You can't do that at a restaurant with clothes. You can't do that with anything. Look, we can't do that in fighting.
Say what you mean.
You got to say, if you don't mean it, don't say it. Okay? If you're not going to bite, don't growl.
Do you really believe that Minotauro thought that a bus was a horse?
That happened. Now that happened. He stuck that carrot in the grill, and his brother was, whoa, big fella. Like, I couldn't believe he might have thought it was a llama or a cow. I don't know, but he was trying to take it home. They were going to lasso that thing. He was taking his belt off. He was going to take that thing home like as a pet. That got awkward for everybody around.
Chael, thank you very much for everything. Look forward to seeing you fight Brian Stan. You're an original.
Thank you, pal.
We'd love to hear any ideas and comments you have on the show, and we'll be talking to all the top fighters in upcoming cards. So email us your best questions for them at UFCUltimateInsider@UFC.com. Here's a look at what's coming up next time.
Next week on UFC Ultimate Insider, the best of fight flashback. Relive GSP's triumph at historic UFC 129 in Toronto. Junior Dos Santos claims a title shot at UFC 131. Dominic Cruz settles the score with Uriah Faber at UFC 132. And much more. Look for next week's episode on UFC.com beginning October 13th.
For our entire team at UFC Ultimate Insider, I'm Ariane Celeste, and we'll see you next time.